is buy UM Insurance.
The last time these two teams met, a Division III state championship was on the line. Catholic of New Iberia walked away victorious. Now Notre Dame is looking for some redemption. Both teams have high hopes to be back in the Dome come December. The journey starts tonight on Game Time. Welcome to Panther Stadium in New Iberia, Louisiana. The top two teams in Class 2A do battle here tonight in a rematch of last year's Division III state championship game. It's the Notre Dame Pioneers, led by Louis Cook, taking on the Catholic High Panthers, led by Brent Indest. Hello, everyone. I'm Jeff Palermo, along with Jason DeQueer. Thanks for beginning your football weekend with us, and we have a great matchup. Last year, when these two teams met in the regular season, it was all Notre Dame. They won it easily, shutting out Catholic High. But the Panthers, in the state championship game, knocked off Notre Dame for their first state championship since 1962. So this is Game 3, the rubber match, Jason, and it should be a good one.
Yeah, and it's only the fourth game of the season for these two teams, but you better believe it's going to have a playoff-like atmosphere because it is a rematch of that state championship game where Catholic High got the best of Notre Dame, and you better believe Notre Dame and those football players have been thinking about that game as they prepare for this game tonight.
New quarterback for the Notre Dame Pioneers tonight, and he's one of our ITI Technical College key players as he's had a very good season so far. Ben Broussard, the junior, and then for Catholic High, Peter LeBlanc. But let's talk about Ben first, Jason.
Well, Ben Broussard, the reason Coach Louis Cook is excited about him is that he's got a great running ability, and Louis Cook becomes very dangerous when he's got good running quarterbacks, and of course he's got Bourgeois and C.J. Thibodeau to complement him. And then for Peter LeBlanc, the entire offense just goes through him. They want to run as many plays either in his direction or trying to get his hands on the ball, but he's got big play potential.
All right, let's bring in the third member of our broadcast team. That's Smacker Miles, who has more with Coach Brett Indest.
Guys, it is a beautiful night for a rematch. As you mentioned, these teams know each other very well. You talked about the two football games last year. There was also a baseball game where Peter LeBlanc was on that baseball team. These guys are very competitive with each other, and in multiple sports. We talked to Coach Indest a little bit earlier about that matchup. Here's what he had to say.
Typical Notre Dame Catholic High. I always, when I play these guys, it's paramount for us to come out and start out well because they're really good at jumping on you. Always the game plan is just to try to keep it close early and then kind of hold on and try to play in the second half. Last year, fortunately for us in the Superdome, we got on them early. I don't know if we're going to be fortunate enough to do that again, but we're going to try like heck to do it.
Moments away from kickoff here from New Iberia, Catholic High and Notre Dame. We'll have the kickoff when we come back. This is Game Time on YurView.
Game Time on YurView is brought to you by Louisiana Farm Bureau Insurance, ready to serve you with auto, homeowners, life insurance, and more. Real service, real people. West Feliciana Parish. The best place for you to live and work in South Louisiana is West Feliciana Parish. Check out wfparish.org. ITI Technical College, your key to a better life. And by Peak Performance. At Peak Performance Physical Therapy, we treat the athlete and everyone stronger, faster, better.
I think that people want to be in West Feliciana because it's truly one of the unique parts of Louisiana. That if you live in West Feliciana, you can have it all. You can have a great lifestyle, a government that works for you and is open and transparent. You can have wonderful neighbors. You can have a great school. You can live in an environment that's free of fear from crime. We're less than 20 minutes from the Baton Rouge Airport, 30 minutes from the state capitol. What we have in West Feliciana is a place where you really can have it all.
When I get back to Baton Rouge, I get in my Blues Mobile and I drive right on down to Podnuh's Barbecue. And you know what I do? I get me some ribs. all tender too. Some baked beans, some potato salad, some smoked sausage. You got to come on down to Podnuh's Barbecue, yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
Spirit. The Catholic High Marching Band with our Star-Spangled Banner. You could tell the stands are packed after watching all the images there as the national anthem was playing. More on this contest. We go back down to Smacker Miles, who talked with Coach Louis Cook, who's in his 45th season, Smacker, coaching football.
Guys, Notre Dame did finish second in that state game last year, but Coach Cook is no stranger to success. He's been at Notre Dame for 21 seasons, and they've had 3 state titles in his time as head coach. Here's what he had to say about tonight's matchup.
Oh, I'm sure there's going to be quite a bit of energy tonight. You know, we trying to get everyone to understand we're still in week 4. You know, if this was week 15 again, it would be even more hyped up. But, you know, having played twice last year and then, you know, getting their state championship, it's created a lot of excitement.
Coach Louis Cook, 347 victories during his Hall of Fame career. They will get the football to begin with. Will the Pioneers? He's led Notre Dame to 3 state championships. Brent Indest just leading Catholic High to their first state championship since 1962 with the win over Notre Dame. He's in his 6th season at his alma mater. Last year, the Panthers were 13-1. Their lone loss, a regular season defeat to Notre Dame, 37-0. We're expecting a much closer game here tonight. C.J. Thibodeau is back deep to receive this one, but it's not going to him. Mishandling it there for a second. That was Noah Bourgeois, and then he was brought down right away. Mason Booty on the stop. Let's take a look at our keys to this one. First of all, for Notre Dame, who is 3-0 on the season, Jason.
Well, and they know Catholic High has big playability, so they need to limit the big plays of Catholic High. And then they want to win the time of possession game. If you can keep the ball, you keep Catholic High's offense off the field, and the special teams need to be special. They need to be good to win this one.
And for Catholic High, they got to bottle up Bourgeois, who will be in the backfield here on this first offensive play of the night from the 28-yard line. And it's a direct snap to Bourgeois. And Bourgeois's got the first down and more. Look at this. Fireworks early from Panther Stadium as it's a foot race, and he wins it. Bourgeois is into the end zone for a touchdown, 72 yards.
Well, good look at Bourgeois there. He's been special the entire season, really picking up for C.J. Thibodeau not being available in the first couple of games. But Noah Bourgeois shows you that he has the burst. He's one of the stronger players on the football team, but when he gets to the outside, you can see this guy really has some explosiveness and able to take this one all the way into the end zone.
Well, we just heard Brent Indest tell Smacker Miles they wanted to start fast. but you can't start any better if you're the Notre Dame Pioneers. And John William Lamb, the All-State kicker, knocks it through the uprights for a quick 7-0 lead here for the Notre Dame Pioneers. They come into this game averaging 34 points a game. And what an explosive start there for the Pios.
Well, we knew that both of these teams have big play capability. They have great offenses. And, you know, Coach has been raving about Bourgeois and how well he's played these first couple of games. And, you know, he's just picking up right where he left off, showing you his speed and his ability to get the ball in the end zone.
Outrunning Avery Guidry down the sidelines. And Notre Dame, who trying to erase a painful memory last December when they lost in the Mercedes-Benz Superdome 33-16. If you remember, in that game, Catholic High got off to a really good start. They jumped on Notre Dame early in that football game, took control of that contest, and they never looked back on what was a terrific run by the Panthers through the playoffs. John William Lamb has it teed off. He has been kicking off since the freshman season. Usually gets it into the end zone, and he gets it into the end zone there. So we'll see how the Panthers can respond. Now, Catholic, they can score some points themselves. Last year, they averaged 49 points a game. This year, they're averaging 51. They had a huge game in the season opener when they rushed for 520 yards against Westgate. They have a new quarterback as well. Trey Amos is your starter. You see the passing numbers, and he's also rushed for nearly 300 yards, a long of 82 on the season. And the handoff here to LeBlanc, who's going to throw, going deep, and it's just a little bit too far for the receiver. Trying to get the football to Keith Dupuis, but a little bit too far. But there you see, Catholic High wanted to get Peter LeBlanc involved in this game early.
Well, you can see here, pitch to Peter LeBlanc, and really the Notre Dame defender kind of upset that play a little bit, and it wasn't really there, but good job by LeBlanc just getting the football off and giving his receiver an opportunity to even make a play.
So on 2nd and 10, they go up the middle for a few yards there, and the ball carrier is Trey Henry. Let's take a look at our starting lineups for the Catholic High Panthers. Thomas Landry, John LeBar, Blake Marcantel, Jacob Poe, Colby Hebert, Jean-Paul Boudreau, Jerry Mullen, who is a 3-year starter on that offensive line. Zoe Cormier has had a huge season already. Counterplay. And with the football, I believe that was LeBlanc, I think, had the carry there.
Yeah, that was.
And it was LeBlanc for about 5. They'll bring up 3rd down and short. Or actually, they got a punt. So they punt, go 3 and out here.
Well, you can see LeBlanc, the UL commit, big, tall, strong player. Tried to run that one right up the middle. Able to break a few tackles, showing you strength, but just a yard or so short of that first down.
LeBlanc also handles the punting high snap, averaging 30 yards a punt. Okay punt here, and it goes out of bounds, and the Pioneers will have good field position from the 43-yard line. Well, they showed Catholic High a little bit of a different look. That was a direct snap on that touchdown run by Noah Bourgeois. But there's the quarterback, Ben Broussard, who's thrown for 279 yards. He's not very big, 5'6", 150 pounds. Runs the ball well, has 5 touchdowns rushing the football, but he's a capable passer, and because he is so mobile, as a defense, you got to defend all 11 guys on that football field when Notre Dame has the ball. And they hand it off to C.J. Thibodeau, who's back from an injury, and he gets hit hard. K.K. Reno, the first man there defensively, and then Christopher Landry finished him off at the line of scrimmage. Now let's take a look at the starting lineups for the Pioneers. As you can see in the first half, they've gotten off to some good starts. 55 points coming into this game. Jack Falk, one of the wide receivers. Kaiser Lamb, another one. Alex Roy, Paul Hunley, Christian Gwynn, Steve Gosson, and Ben Robichaux are your tackles. They're not really big on that old line, but they'll scratch and claw with you. Here on 2nd down, Broussard keeps it around the right end, and they're finding something on that right side. Puts his head down, gets the first down. Let's take a look at the Panthers defense led by their defensive coordinator, Craig Brody, who is the former Catholic High head coach here from 2007 to 2009. The front 3, Gilbo, Emil and Brown. The linebackers, Colby Presley, Armand LeBlanc, Christopher Landry, Peter LeBlanc. There's K.K. Reno, Keith Dupuis, who is a sure tackler at safety. On first down, Broussard throws, and it's incomplete off the hands of Kaiser Lamb as he zipped that one over to the far sidelines. Lamb's got good hands, but couldn't hang on to that one.
Well, Broussard showed you good velocity there, but for Notre Dame, couldn't have, wanted a better start to this game. As you see there, Broussard just unable to connect with Lamb. Tough pass over there by the sideline. Tough for him to handle, haul it in.
Dupuis on the coverage there as you take a look at Broussard. Right up the middle here, and a good hard run by C.J. Thibodeau. He's had hip and knee injuries this season, so he played in the season opener, had 97 yards rushing and a couple of touchdowns in a win over LaGrange. And then he's missed the last 2 weeks, the win over Breaux Bridge and Turlings Catholic, but he's a good player.
Yeah, and you could tell Coach Cook was very excited to get him back on the field, and he also mentioned that he wants to try to get Bourgeois and Thibodeau on the field at the same time.
3rd down and 3, and Thibodeau running over a couple of defenders, and another first down here for the Pioneers as they continue to move the chains.
And this is Notre Dame's version of Thunder and Lightning, obviously, with Thibodeau going at about 215 pounds. That's your Thunder. He's going to be more of your inside runner. You can see here, big guy, falling forward. That first tackler is never going to get you. Going to have to bring a couple hats to the ball, and then after you're done dealing with him, you got to chase Bourgeois to the outside. So it makes it difficult for this Catholic High trying to stop this Notre Dame running attack.
On first down, keeping the football is Broussard. Broussard gets away from one defender and then is tossed out of bounds by Peter LeBlanc. Still got about 3 yards on that one, but Broussard very difficult to tackle just because of how elusive he is as you take a look at his rushing numbers. Last couple of years here at Notre Dame, they had more of your typical pocket passers. So now with Broussard, they got more designed runs just like what you saw there. 2nd and 6. Handoff, hard run here, and breaking a couple tackles. As that was Gabe Menard, a junior running back, getting a chance to carry the football. Another first down as they move into the red zone.
Well, Menard doesn't have as many carries, obviously, as Thibodeau and Bourgeois, but you saw right here, good read by Broussard just off the left end right there, and daylight, Menard takes advantage of it and picks up a first down.
Notre Dame inside the West Feliciana Parish red zone. And on the red zone this season, Notre Dame is 11 of 12. All of them touchdowns. Here's the stretch play to C.J. Thibodeau. Thibodeau looking for that end zone. Still on his feet, fighting for it. He gets right up to the goal line, and it'll be 2nd and goal. That's the stretch play that Brett Inda says is just so hard to defend, Jason.
Yeah, no, that's right. And that's the one play they have to shut down, and didn't do a great job of it there. But, you know, each week we always say there's a player out there that reminds you of somebody. And I'll tell you what, the way C.J. Thibodeau runs already, it reminds me of like a Mike Allscott that used to play with Tampa Bay. Really has that straight-up running style, but very hard-nosed, very tough to tackle. And usually that first defender is not going to bring him down. You got to go and get somebody like that low.
So 2nd and goal from about the 1 yard line as Notre Dame looking to punch in another touchdown, and the Panthers defense got in the backfield that time. First guy there for Catholic was Jerry Mullen, who usually plays on the offensive line, but in the big package defensively, gets a snap and gets a tackle.
Yeah, great play there by Mullen. Got penetration, got through the line, and then was able to go down low on Thibodeau and prevent him from getting any real momentum going forward.
So that should be 3rd and goal now coming up. Check that 2nd and goal from the 3 and into the end zone, touchdown. C.J. Thibodeau, his 3rd touchdown run of the year, and it's all Notre Dame early.
Well, just too big and powerful. That time running behind Big Gosson on that offensive line. Watch there, 59, just clearing the way creating an easy hole that Thibodeau was able to run through. And you're not going to stop that much power 2 and 3 times down there on the goal line. Good block again there by Gossam up front.
Well, Notre Dame has been very impressive on that offensive line. They are completely dominating the line of scrimmage as John William Lamb knocks another one through the uprights. 7:29 left to go in the first quarter. The Pioneers jump all over the Panthers, 14-0. This is Game Time on YurView.
Tonight's Game Time keys to the game are brought to you by West Feliciana Parish, where you really can have it all. The best place for you to live and work in South Louisiana is West Feliciana Parish. Check out wfparish.org.
Welcome to Monogram Express, a unique embroidery boutique specializing in personalized and one-of-a-kind gift ideas. Gifts for babies, children, ladies, and even men, we have you covered. Equipped with state-of-the-art embroidery machines, along with an experienced client-focused staff serving you 6 days a week. Check out the area's largest selection of letters, designs, and thread colors. We're your one-stop embroidery shop, handling personal, corporate, team, and school logos, and you're welcome to bring in your own items. Conveniently located at 2109 Veterans. Monogram Express makes your ordinary gifts extraordinary.
Tonight's Game Time starting lineups are brought to you by Peak Performance. At Peak Performance Physical Therapy, we treat the athlete and everyone. Stronger, faster, better. Choose Peak.
Notre Dame off to a fast start, just like they did last year when they shut out Catholic High 37-0 in the regular season. The Pioneers looking for their 38th consecutive regular season win, and they got a 2-touchdown lead over the defending Division III champions. Lamb's kick, and that's another one that's into the end zone, and another start for the Panthers at the 20-yard line. Almost critical that Catholic High gets on the scoreboard, Jason.
Yeah, they really need to get their offense going. Came out that first series, struggled a little bit. Couldn't get that run game going. You saw Trey Amos receiving that kickoff. He's also the quarterback. And that's the guy that they really need to also get going in this offense. He's converted from a defensive back, moved him to quarterback, and the coach says he's just a phenomenal athlete. So you want to see him kind of get out there in space and make some plays too.
Trey Amos, who had a huge game defensively. Look at our Podnuh's barbecue scoring drive. Amos throws, and it's complete. Peter LeBlanc caught it, and then he's out of bounds at the 26. We never had a chance to take a look at the Pioneers defense, which is allowing 19 points a game this season. Their defensive coordinator, he's been there a long time, Jimmy McCrary. And there you take a look at it. Luke Valdatero, Joe Pommier, Hayden Adams, Tylen Turner, Gabe Link, the linebacker, Cody LeBlanc, who's replacing All-State linebacker Thomas Stevens, Dennis Hedskins, Kane Bajeron, and nowhere running there, as that's Dennis Henskins, who played a lot last year, starting for the first time this season. And all of a sudden, the Panthers facing 3rd and long once again.
Yeah, and ideally not where this Panther offense wants to be in these 3rd and long situations. That's just not how they're designed to play. They haven't done a great job of completing a lot of balls. They really haven't had to. But this clearly is not how this offense is designed to operate.
There you take a look at Trey Amos, the quarterback, replacing 3-year starter Diallo Landry. Amos, he's very good at what he does, athletic, electric when he gets into the open field. Needs to make a play here as he rolls out. Well, he just dumps it to a receiver, and it's dropped. There were a couple receivers in the vicinity. The guy that got his hands on the ball was Trey Henry, and Catholic High has to punt it away, but there is a flag down. We'll see what that's about first, as Brent Indes not happy at all.
Yeah, illegal fall. Pass against the offense, the quarterback, number 3. It's going to be a loss of down, 4th down.
So Amos was beyond the line of scrimmage there when he let go of that football.
Yeah, even though Henry wasn't able to come up with the ball, it wouldn't have counted anyway, as Amos just kind of drifted beyond the line of scrimmage, as you mentioned. And obviously that's an infraction. You can't do that, so Catholic will be forced to punt the ball again.
We've hit the hydration timeout here with 6:06 left to go. And a rough start here for the Catholic High Panthers. Coach Indes last year, he blamed himself for that 37-0 loss to Notre Dame. They had Diallo, Landry, and they had a lot of skill position players. And as everybody knows, high school football, Brent Indes loves running a wing T, Jason, but they tried to do a little spread with the wing T. Well, it just didn't work out. They scrapped that. They went back to the more of your fundamentals of the wing T, and they were awesome. The playoff run was special, beating Calvary Baptist 49-28, then defeating Newman 49-7, and then they beat Notre Dame in the state championship game. LeBlanc the punt, and it's taken at the 48-yard line. And a return of a few yards there for Blake Smith. Let's send it back down to the field and Smacker Miles.
Hey guys, I'm with our very own Jeremy Terrio. He's going to tell us a little bit about one of Cox's programs called Connect to Compete. What's happening there?
So I'm glad you asked. Connect to Compete is actually our discounted internet program for families who have a K-12 student who are receiving any kind of government assistance. That can be free lunch, reduced lunch, or the family's receiving SNAP benefits, which we all commonly know as food stamps, or TANF, or they're living in any kind of public housing like Section 8. And this is a discounted internet program for those families that is $9.95 a month for high-speed internet in their home with a wireless router. And it really is a game changer. And I mean, this program is bringing internet to families who have never had the internet probably before in their household. And some people say, oh, well, this is for the student. No, actually, this internet connection is for the entire family because everything is online now. Job applications, I mean, assistance, government assistance applications, everything is online. And we're trying to close what's known as the digital divide or the homework divide by helping those kids who have online-based homework access those educational materials with the internet.
You mentioned it just a little bit there about how having internet for a home is all about the whole family. For these parents to be able to have the internet and help their kids with that at a young age, what can that do for everyone?
Well, there's actually all kind of studies that show that kids who have internet access in the home score anywhere from 30 to 70% better on standardized tests. Because the internet is not an alien thing to these kids. These kids are digital natives. But if they don't have the internet at home, then they get back to school and they're kind of out of their sorts a little bit. You know, and 1 in 3 families in the state of Louisiana do not have internet access in their homes right now.
It's a great program and big for a lot of Louisiana families. Thank you for being a part of this.
Sure. Thank you.
Back to you guys in the booth.
Thanks, Smacker, and thanks, Jeremy. 3rd down and 3. The Panthers need a stop. They don't get it. There is a flag down as Bourgeois was able to break out of a couple of tackles to get the first down. Let's see what the penalty is. John Arton is our referee.
It's number 34 on the offense. 10-yard penalty. Spotted the foul.
Well, a little break there for Catholic High. Will they be able to take advantage of it?
Yeah, they need to. They need to get a stop here and try to get the ball back into the hands of their offense and really put this Notre Dame offense on the sideline, who's been really clicking since the beginning of this game. You see Bourgeois again able to break. This guy, little guy, Jeff, but he can break some tackles. I know it's coming back, but just shows you the strength of about a 150, 160-pounder. So.
Bunch of missed tackles so far tonight for Catholic High. 3rd down and 13. Ben Broussard brings the troops to the line of scrimmage. 3 wide receivers set. Now they're going to have 4 wide receivers as Thibodeau out of the backfield. He's got time to throw. 1st down and more. That's Thomas Bellard. Thomas Bellard all the way to the 16-yard line.
Well, just sort of a quick slant route, and as Broussard comes out of his stretch there, he's able to identify him and really just throw a dart right in there to Bellard. Just a great pass in between the 2 defenders, in between that linebacking group. Good play call, and Notre Dame now knocking on the door again in the red zone.
32-yard pass play, and it's now 1st and 10 at the 17 as they're back inside the West Feliciana Parish red zone. Off the left side, and on the carry that time is Gabe Doucette for a senior running back, 5'8", 170 pounds. Got about 4 yards off the left side.
Well, there you see Doucette getting in the action, and Notre Dame throwing a whole bevy of backs at this Catholic High defense, and they're all having some individual success in their own right. We've seen each one of them with some positive production out of the backfield.
So now 2nd down and 6 from the 13-yard line. keeping it this time is Broussard. Broussard gets a big block, tight ropes the sidelines, but he stepped out. He's got enough for a first down, though. There was a huge block for him to get the edge. And the Pioneers are knocking on the door again with 3 minutes to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, it's that little kind of reverse quarterback boot, quarterback option keep. And a good job, Broussard there, tight rope in the sideline and almost able to stay in bounds and get into the end zone. But another good play there by Broussard.
Did Noah Bourgeois block two guys at the same time there? That guy can do it all.
He's a bull, man. He's strong.
Timeout's going to be called here for Notre Dame, 1st and goal with 3 minutes to go. And Louis Cook could not have asked for a better start. Let's take a look at some of the other big games around the state tonight. This is a huge one with the top two teams in 2A battling it out. But how about Zachary and Live Oak? We saw Live Oak last week get the win, a shutout win over West Feliciana. Now they play a big game against the defending 5A champs, the Zachary Broncos. Catholic High Bears went across the Chaffalaya Basin. They're taking on St. Thomas More up in northwest Louisiana. North DeSoto, the Griffins taking on Northwood Shreveport. That's Northwood's best team in a long time. And a good matchup in Cajun country, Iota versus Northwest. 1st and goal at the 5-yard line here. Bourgeois to tailback. Bourgeois gets it. Gets hit hard. Falls forward for a few yards. I think KK Reno came in there, the freshman, delivering the blow.
Yeah, and Coach Indes said KK is going to really be needed on these stretch plays. And watch the freshman, 15, just come into your screen and just lay a boom right there. And, you know, he didn't tackle him, but that was a good collision and really slowed Bourgeois up right there. You can tell the freshman is not afraid to come there and come downfield, sticking his neck into things.
Bourgeois got 6 touchdowns on the season now after the long touchdown run to begin the football game. Little power eye coming at the Catholic High Bears right now. Can they chase down Bourgeois? And I think they did before he got into the end zone. Good pursuit of the football. Peter LeBlanc there. And it's now 3rd and goal.
And that's the other thing Coach Indes was worried about is would they have the speed to get to the outside and move laterally? With this stretch play, you've got to be able to pursue laterally. And there you see Peter LeBlanc able to get there and really close down before running back was able to get to the goal line.
Christopher Landry was there too. 3rd and goal for the Pioneers. Again, that power eye look. Kind of a T formation. Another chance here as going down low was Bourgeois. And it's good enough for him to get in the end zone. Another touchdown for Notre Dame to make it 20-0.
Well, Notre Dame's had success running inside, running outside, and here, as you mentioned, they lined up in that power I formation. You're not sure which one is going to get the back, but good blocking there from the fullback, and Bourgeois just powering himself into the end zone.
Yeah, he was following Gabe Menard into the end zone. John William Lamb on to try the extra point, and he makes it 21-0. So Notre Dame taking out some frustrations on this Panther team after what happened last year in the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. And again, it goes all to the offensive line, Jason. Alex Roy, Paul Albert Hunley, Christian Gunn, Stephen Gosson, and Ben Robichaux. Those guys have been impressive. They're quick, not that big. A lot of guys right around 200, 220 pounds, but Catholic High is not playing at the same speed as Notre Dame's offense is.
No, that's right, and you better believe they've had all season to sit back, and they've had all off-season and circle this game on the calendar. Again, this is a repeat of the state championship game last year where Notre Dame was not successful in that game, and you can tell there was a little extra motivation. These players, obviously, they had all offseason to think about it, and they've really come out here today wanting to prove themselves.
Lamb has it teed up. That is not John William Lamb. That was kicking the football. That was Lucas Simo. And so getting a chance to return it is Trey Amos, who gets it up to the 27-yard line. And let's go down to the field and Smacker Miles.
Hey guys, I'm here with Andrea Broussard. She is the track and the cross country coach here at Catholic New Iberia. They just finished their new track less than 24 hours ago. It's a pretty exciting time for this track and cross country team, right?
It's an amazing time. I mean, this is something that's been about 5 years in the making. So to actually see it become a reality, it's awesome.
How is this going to change the schedule of the day-to-day routine for these athletes?
Well, right now with cross country, we haven't been able to utilize the track. We've been having to go over way by the soccer field, you know, and it's like way almost by Almodoral. So this will be a lot more convenient. We'd actually get some speed work done. We can't wait to get on it.
It's an exciting team. It's an exciting time for this team. Do you have big expectations for this year?
Huge.
What does that entail?
State championships. We got to keep it going.
Absolutely. State titles all around here at Catholic New Iberia. Back to you guys in the booth.
Thanks a lot.
Low expectations, huh?
2nd down and 10. And they run the counter again. Notre Dame is waiting for it, though, as Peter LeBlanc has nowhere to run, and a big hit delivered defensively by Stephen Cormier. And it's a big loss for the Panthers as they can't get anything going offensively.
Well, and a lot of these sort of delayed plays in the backfield just aren't going to work. You know, Notre Dame's getting too much penetration, and by the time they are actually executing the play, you've got 3-4 Notre Dame players in the backfield ready to make the tackle. I'd really like to see them try to get Amos out on the edge and create something with his legs.
A loss of 6 there. So this is not going to go anywhere either. Gabe Link, one of the defenders there. And it's another 3 and out. The Panthers still looking for their first down of the game.
Yeah, it has not been a good start offensively for Catholic High. They're going to have to make some adjustments, figure it out, try to understand what this Notre Dame defense is doing to them, and then kind of react to that. And, you know, Coach Endes talked about it in the beginning. Sometimes with Peter LeBlanc and others, when they're bottled up, they got to try some different things.
Fair catch called and taken at the 47-yard line as the football was grabbed by Noah Bourgeois. Shocking start here from New Iberia to see Notre Dame, a well-oiled machine at this point. Notre Dame coming off a victory over Turling's Catholic 28-14, their 4th straight win over the Rebels. Noah Bourgeois had a big game in that one, 130 yards and a couple of touchdowns. And they did a nice job defensively. They were not happy after giving up 28 points to Breaux Bridge in week 2. Played much better in week 3, and their defense has been phenomenal here tonight.
Yeah, they really have. They're pitching a real shutout. As you mentioned, Catholic High hasn't even made their first down.
Hand off here to Thibodeau. Thibodeau, a hole up the middle, all the way to the 20-yard line before he's brought down by Trey Amos. Another big play for the Pioneers.
Well, they're just gashing this defense, this Catholic High defense, and you know, it's been Bourgeois, it's been Thibodeau, it's been Menard. I mean, they are just gashing them, and a lot of the big yardage is right up the middle, as you can see there. Once C.J. Thibodeau gets going north, he is a load to bring down, and thankfully Amos has the kind of speed he does back there. Otherwise, this would have been another 6 for Notre Dame.
33-yard run for C.J. Thibodeau, the junior running back. Back inside the West Feliciana Parish red zone they are. And now it's going to be Ben Broussard to the end zone. Touchdown Pioneers. It's now 27-0.
Wow, what a nightmare for Catholic High. Just, you know, you would not expect this kind of scoring at the outset of this game. And Catholic High can't get their offense going. Their defense is not shutting down this Notre Dame rushing attack, and as soon as you think you got some of the backs defended, then boom, Ben Broussard back there from the quarterback position pops it on you and breaks another one off into the end
zone. So out to try the extra point here for Notre Dame. Lucas Simon, and it's good. Lucas Simon gets the extra point, and it's 28-0 Notre Dame.
Well, and this Catholic High crowd is just stunned. I mean, you could hear a pin drop over here on the Catholic High sideline.
Yeah, there was a festive atmosphere before this game. Everybody's had this game circled on their calendar ever since the time ticked off at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome and Catholic High hoisted up the trophy. That championship belt that student is wearing might need to go to the other side, Jason, after tonight.
Well, there's almost been a TKO early in this game, but look, you know, Coach Indes, he's going to get his guys fired up. At this point, you got to be telling him, look, don't worry about the scoreboard. I don't want anybody scoreboard watching. Let's get the ball this time. Let's get some positive production. Let's try to see if we can will our way back into this contest and maybe create a couple turnovers.
Kick by Simon, and that one is way back into the end of the end zone.
Well, and that's a weapon, too, by Simon, because you see number 3 back there. That may be the most gifted runner on the Catholic High team, and it's keeping it out of his hands, and that's why they're all high-fiving him and hitting him on his helmet, because they know how dangerous Amos is running the football, and he's unable to run it as long as he keeps kicking it into the end zone.
Lucas Simon, only a freshman.
Looks like me as a freshman. Kicking it off.
I used to have Hunter Stover here as a kicker who was really good. Went on to kick at UL. First down and 10 at the 20 for Amos and company. And here's the pitch. Finally, a little bit of a play here. The first down of the game for Catholic High. As the carry there for Avery Guidry. 9 first downs for Notre Dame to Catholic High's 1. And a dominating first quarter for the Pioneers. We'll be back after this. This is Game Time on YurView.
You ain't nowhere to be found. Okay, listen up. I know you offer great auto rates, local agents, fast, friendly claims, but do you want to be a legend? You got to get tough, kid. When I'm done with you, nothing's going to keep you down.
Great talk, Brett. Can we get back to your auto quote now?
All right, sure.
Great.
Get great auto rates and local agents at favrates.com from Farm Bureau Insurance.
How about some water?
No, thanks. I'm good.
Hey, Joe Martin here. You've seen our commercials over the years, and you may be wondering, what's in it for me? Well, ITI Technical College has been selected by Forbes magazine as a top 32-year college. But even more than that, the reason we do this is you. Our tagline is for a better life, and we mean that, for you to be able to have the life you've always dreamed about, to do the things for your family you've always dreamed about. And it can begin here, where we are dedicated to your success, because here at ITI, the reason we do it is you.
Come enjoy a great location just minutes away from the hustle and bustle of the city at SUMA Lake Apartments. Experience luxurious living with all appliances included, granite countertops, and walk-in closets. Relax in a peaceful environment by the pool or enjoy fishing in a 9-acre lake. Kids are sure to enjoy the playground and basketball court. Located in Livingston Parish in a great school district. Call today, 225-686-1111.
Catholic High just picked up their first down of the ball game, and they're in a huge hole. Jeff Palermo, Jason DeQueer, and Smacker Miles down on the field. First down and 10 at the 34-yard line. As Trey Amos comes up to the line of scrimmage. As the Panthers look to try to do something here offensively. Amos will throw, just heaves one. It's going to be a mano, and it's incomplete. Trying to get it to Peter LeBlanc. He just heaved that ball way up there, hoping something good would happen. But great coverage there by Stephen Cormier.
Well, Catholic High is going to like their chances with Peter LeBlanc against anybody. So really, it's just throwing a jump ball, and you can see LeBlanc going up with his size and just trying to go over the top and just make a play for his team.
2nd and 10 now for Catholic High. Amos, 7 of 10 for 222 yards coming into this game. He threw 3 interceptions and had a fumble in the jamboree, but he's played really well since then in 3 blowout victories. Catholic High scored in all 9 of their possessions last week. Trey Henry gets stuffed that time as the Pioneers gave him nowhere to run.
Well, this defensive front for Notre Dame is just plain impressive. When you are going against a team that likes to run the football, you've got to win in the trenches. And right now, Notre Dame is winning in the trenches on both sides of the ball and really just not giving any opportunity for Catholic High to get their run game going.
3rd down and 11. They've had a lot of 3rd down and long situations here, and nothing going on. The Panthers, another huge defensive play, knocking Catholic High way back. Luke Valdatero on the stop.
Yeah, and some of those sort of delayed runs and misdirection in the backfield, you need to just nix it from the playbook. That stuff is not going to work right now. Notre Dame is just getting too much penetration, and by the time they're trying to finish executing the play, Notre Dame has almost tackled them before they get the football.
And it's not like there's just one guy in the backfield. There's 2, 3, 4 guys, and you run any kind of misdirection or counter, it goes nowhere. LeBlanc's leg is already tired. He's punted so much tonight early in the 2nd quarter. And look out, another big play developing here. This is Noah Bourgeois all the way to the 31-yard line. Finally stopped by LeBlanc, and the Pioneers are back in business after the 29-yard punt return by Bourgeois.
Well, the one time Catholic High had success on offense, well, let's look at the run back. And again, Bourgeois just does it all. He plays in the backfield. He can return kicks, can return punts. And I tell you what, you look at him, you know, before the game, doesn't look like the biggest kid. He's thick, though, but the guy's a football player. I mean, he is a true football player.
Well, I thought it was pretty high praise when Louis Cook told us this week that he's one of the best players that he's ever coached.
Yeah,
Think about that. Right. Think about that. Yeah. Or at least one of the best players that's come through Notre Dame. Bourgeois the carry there.
Well, and when I say he's a football player, look, he may not have the most blazing speed. He's not the biggest kid, but he's just got football IQ. He knows where the holes are. He executes what's in front of him. He's got good vision. He's just got the complete package, and some of those intangibles make up for not running a 4.4 or 4.5 or being 6 foot or 6'1". You just have a nose for playing football.
His older brother, Pate Bourgeois, had a successful career over at Crowley. And then he's also the cousin of Waylon Bourgeois, who had a good run here at Notre Dame. About a yard shy of the 1st down on that carry for the Pioneers.
Well, you know it was trouble when you had Bourgeois and Thibodeau in the same backfield. All right, so all right, that's enough of the.
So 3rd down and 2 as the Pioneers just slamming the ball right down the throat of this Catholic High defense.
Yeah, just a nightmare start for Catholic High. Just would never have imagined this.
Brent Indes told us beforehand as they do the quarterback sneak there with Ben Broussard, said they needed to keep the Pioneers within, or keep them to 3 touchdowns or less. Well, that was out the window 7 minutes into this game.
Yeah, I mean.
Flag down here on that play, so let's see if it's still going to be a 1st down.
We have a dead ball foul against the offense, number 96. 15-yard penalty. It'll be a 1st down.
Well, this Catholic High crowd here cheering is probably one of the few positive things that has happened for them, this personal foul. It's really going to back Notre Dame up. And, you know, if you're Catholic High, you really need to be cheering your club on right now, trying to get this defense to make a stop for you. And let's see if we can see where the infraction is committed.
That's it?
Well, I didn't see a whole lot there, Jeff.
Wow.
But if you're Catholic High, you'll take it.
Well, we'll see. There might have been something else there that our cameras did not catch. Ben Broussard, good baseball player. Notre Dame beat Catholic High in the semifinals of the Division III playoffs last year in baseball, 1-0. The pitch, Noah Bourgeois hit at the line of scrimmage, stays on his feet, and he's into the end zone. You can't just come up with a shoulder and try to knock that guy down.
This is why I call him a football player. This is what football players do. They make big plays for you. And, you know, Coach Indes in our conference call with him, he said, look, he just hasn't seen anybody tackle Bourgeois well, why can't you just tackle him? And you can see here, they are trying, but Bourgeois just is winning that. I mean, he's getting lower, keeping his center of gravity and keeping his balance. And, man, what an impressive game he has had thus far.
34-yard touchdown run.
He deserves a little water.
To make it 34-0.
That's a tough kid right there, man.
Lucas Simone will kick the extra point, and that is good. Bourgeois, his third touchdown run of the night.
Boy, those are two men over there sitting next to each other, Bourgeois and Thibodeau. They've really done some damage. Just watch this, getting to the outside. You want to go low, but he goes low with you. And, you know, sometimes not being 6 foot or 6'1" can be an advantage. You have that low center of gravity. You're able to keep your balance, and Bourgeois again shows you the full package.
And that's one of their better tacklers for this Panthers defense, Keith Dupuis. And he did everything right except wrapped up. And Bourgeois just kept going down the sidelines. Another scoring drive brought to you by Crown Trophy. Quick scoring drive there for Notre Dame, just the minute 47. And the kick will actually be returned. Peter LeBlanc. And gets to the 24, and that's about it. Right over there. So Panthers will try again here, down 35-0.
Well, where they had success was when they were able to get on the edges quickly within the play. You know, you got to get Amos out on the edge and with the ability to either cut it upfield or make a quick pitch. You just can't have a lot of the delay and counter stuff in the backfield. That's just not working.
Amos, well, there's a quick hitter, but shut down at the line of scrimmage. Now that's how you tackle. How about that from Cody LeBlanc? Let's go down to the field and Smacker Miles.
Hey guys, I have Jeremy Terrio here again from Cox. We're going to talk a little bit about the Cox Community Charity Investment that's going on. Who applies to get this grant?
So Cox Charities Community Investment is actually our grant program for nonprofits in the Acadiana, Baton Rouge, and New Orleans area. So any nonprofit in the realm of, it can be anything from the arts to environmental sustainability and conservation to youth, education, and diversity. Any of these nonprofits can apply for up to $5,000 to go to their nonprofit of choice. And they can just visit Cox Charities, SER, like Southeast Region, so coxcharitiesser.org. The application is actually live now through September 28th.
Cox has already raised $95,000 for this. What types of charities are going to get this money?
So in the past, just in Lafayette, we did like Boys and Girls Club, we did Maddie's Footprints, we did a lot of organizations that they are pretty centralized to what Cox focuses on in the community, and that's youth and education. But we always try to get out there with some of these green organizations like Keep Louisiana Beautiful, Baton Rouge Green. It's just some of the green initiatives that we support with these charitable dollars.
Sounds like a pretty well-rounded group of charities that you're giving back to. We're going to get this back to football, back to you guys in the booth.
Thank you.
Great job by Cox Communications helping out in the community.
I need to hang around Jeremy more, dishing out all that free money and stuff, you know. You got to like being around that guy, but that's good. You're right. That's great work by Cox with making sure that people have access to the internet and then giving back to a lot of the charities. That's just a good community partner.
Injured Notre Dame player is Joe Pommier, a junior defensive lineman. You don't see too many defensive linemen wearing number 1, but Pommier's got that down, but I think he's going to be okay. 3rd down and 9 once again here for Catholic High. Quick run right up the middle, and even the quick hitter's not working. They just can't find any room at all as they gave it to Trey Henry. Trey Henry had the game of his life when we did the semifinal contest against Newman last year. Remember, he had a 96-yard touchdown run. He had a 56-yard touchdown run. He caught a touchdown pass, too, in that game. And so far this season, he's been averaging 11.5 yards a carry. And he did a lot of that work in the Westgate game.
Well, they've got him bottled up tonight, nowhere close to 11.5 yards. They may not have that total.
Bourgeois back at his 30. Nice job by the coverage team here, and finally a solid lick on Bourgeois as he was brought down by Mason Booty. 6:37 to go before halftime. All Notre Dame from Catholic High School. This is the YurView Louisiana Game of the Week on Game Time.
Tonight's Game Time starting lineups are brought to you by ITI Technical College, your key to a better life. Check out the stories behind the games. Visit yourview.com/Louisiana.
Louisiana is unique. The food, the festivals, even the bugs. No, not mud bugs. Unwanted bugs like these. The ones you don't want crawling in your home or business. Trust the Shield from J&J Exterminating. We've been protecting Louisiana homes for over 50 years, earning the trust of our clients because we deliver what we promise. Protect your home from pests. Get the Shield from J&J Exterminating.
J&J Exterminating. Yeah.
Tonight's Game Time keys to the game are brought to you by Podnuh's Barbecue. Slow cooked, fall off the bone perfection, and the best baked beans in America. For more Game Time high school football coverage, check out yourview.com.
Back here from Catholic High School in New Iberia, where the Notre Dame Pioneers getting some revenge on Catholic High, who beat them in the state championship game last year. Jeff Palermo, Jason Acquer, and Smacker Miles down on the field on a very hot late summer night in South Louisiana. From the 33-yard line, the Pioneers have scored on all 5 of their possessions in this game, and they've done it in a variety of ways. Big plays, marching down the field. This is C.J. Thibodeau, and Thibodeau's got another Pioneer first down, and he almost took it to the house.
Well, again, I mean, if you just watch, if you're at home watching this game, just watch this Notre Dame offensive line. You can see they are pushing these guys back 4 or 5 yards, hat on hat, and then just creating holes for these running backs to run through. Now, look, these are great running backs, don't get me wrong, but this Notre Dame offensive line, led by Gosson and some of the others, are just really just moving this Catholic High defensive front back.
At the 49-yard line. This is Bourgeois. Bourgeois for a few. Actually, Thibodeau getting another carry there. Well, this is a Notre Dame offense that, of course, wants to wear down opposing defenses. Usually it's more methodical drives. They had an 8-minute drive last week to put the game away, but tonight they have been hitting on the big plays mostly to get their points and to wear down the Catholic defense. 2nd down and 5. Thibodeau, another carry, dragging a tackler for a first down.
And again, you see Thibodeau doing its work, and they're really just alternating. You know, Coach Cook is saying, hey, he likes to try to get them both about equal number of carries. They come at you in different ways, as you can see. You know, Thibodeau really likes to keep it inside the tackles, run right at the teeth of the defense, and then Bourgeois will stretch you outside. And what's really dangerous, Jeff, is that Coach Cook says he wants to get them both on the field at the same time.
Here comes that stretch play. Thibodeau running downhill, and going down low is KK Reno to upend him. Still a gain of about 4 there for Coach Louis Cook, who this past summer was inducted into the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame in Natchitoches. He's also in the Louisiana High School Hall of Fame. Knew he wanted to be a coach all the way back when he was in 6th grade. Jason wrote an essay about wanting to be a coach when he grew up. And he's had quite the career. His first season at Rain in 1977, they won just 2 games.
And never after that did he have a season like that on the high school level.
Well, very well deserved, and what a distinguished honor to be put into the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame, and just a legend of the game, one of those that's been around and just, you know, has built this program up and really does things the right way.
Also coached on the collegiate level at UL, or at that time Southwest Louisiana University. Had 2 different stints there with the Cajuns and ended up coaching eventual NFL players like Jake Delhomme and Brandon Stokely. 3rd down and about 4 here. Bourgeois in motion. Instead, they give the ball to Doucette, who's got a 1st down. Well,
I'm thinking it looked almost like the left guard may have jumped there by Notre Dame. But
there is an illegal formation or illegal procedure called on Notre Dame. So
illegal motion
back
against the offense, number 8, 5-yard penalty from the previous spot.
I'm going to say that Doucette started running forward. I was saying he hit that hole pretty quick.
Yeah. It's hard enough to stop them when they don't get a head start, you know?
Notre Dame has won 5 championships during their time, and Louis led them to 3 different ones. It's interesting how all the championships, how they're kind of spaced out. He won his first one in 2000 and won another one in 2009 and won again in 2015.
Well, you know, my thoughts as you begin to separate the sport and you go into select and non-select. Yeah, I think you're going to see that with a lot of schools.
Well, Brent Indes knew when the split came that he would get his chance at winning a state championship. That was the 3rd time last year when Catholic High made it to the state title that the Brent Indes had led a team to the state championship game. He took Catholic High there in 2014 where they lost to Shea Patterson and Calvary Baptist in a really good game, and then lost to Karen Crow in 2000, or he was coaching at Karen Crow and lost to West Monroe 20-13 in the 2011 5A state championship game. And last year they finally broke through and beat this Notre Dame's team, who obviously has not forgotten.
Yeah. And really interesting talking to him. That's his brother-in-law that helps him coach and able to entice him to come back to football. But they only have about 4 or 5 coaches on the sideline. You see most schools with 10, 12 coaches, but they get the job done with about 4 or 5. Very interesting for any level of high school football.
Doucette gets another carry. Actually, no, keeping that ball was Broussard. Broussard gets the 1st down and much more.
Well,
around the left end.
Broussard is like having another running back in that backfield. I mean, he's very capable runner, as you can see there, and strong too, able to shake tacklers.
Avery Guidry, he threw Guidry off the ground like a raincoat. Another 1st down there for the Pioneers. At the ball at the 26-yard line.
Getting across the bow.
Oh, here comes some pressure, and down goes Broussard. Finally, there was a jailbreak for Catholic High. Christopher Landry with the sack. First real negative play for this Notre Dame offense tonight.
Well, Landry came right off that right defensive end position. You can see right there, and really just untouched. A missed assignment there, and just came free. That's really like a gift if you're playing on that defensive end for Landry. But able to come up there and make the sure tackle on Broussard and drop Notre Dame for a big loss there.
There's a look at Christopher Landry, who's got an interception on the season. Second down at about 17 now. Thibodeau. And Thibodeau up to the 21-yard line before he's cut down by Trey Amos.
I'll tell you what, when Thibodeau gets on the outside, Jeff, he's not looking to fake you out. He's not looking to make you miss. Watch when he gets on the outside. He's looking to come right at you.
He's coming downhill, isn't he?
Look, he's not going to try to, boom. I'm not going to try to hit the brakes or do any moves. Me and you, buddy.
3rd down and 6. Notre Dame, really their first time-consuming drive of the night that they've had as we're under 2 minutes to go. They've been scoring so quickly on
so few plays in a possession. Keeping it is Broussard, and Broussard, there's a big play for the Pioneers, and another touchdown. Untouched, 41-0.
Well, and Broussard's now seen the end zone a couple times tonight, and you wonder with Broussard back there, is he making these calls from what he's seeing? If he is, it's very impressive because, he really sees a hole right there in the middle of the defense, and instead of going to the option game or anything else, he just decides to call his own number and almost walks into the end zone untouched.
21-yard touchdown run there for Broussard. Jason, me and you have been doing games for several years. I don't think we've seen a more dominating 24 minutes when you're talking about two quality teams going at it than what we just saw here tonight.
Yeah, that's the impressive thing. I mean, Catholic High is a very good, these were the state champions last year. And
they beat a 5A school in Westgate earlier this season.
That's right. Just would not have imagined. The only way I can describe it is just a nightmarish first half for Catholic High. And again, you see here, Broussard calling his own number, and I don't believe anybody touches him.
No.
And it's almost like deja vu because last year Notre Dame jumped all over Catholic High, and obviously the score is worse than it was that game. It was 37-0.
37-0 was the final,
and they came back to beat them at the end of the season. So if you're Catholic High, you're saying, hey, look, we've kind of seen this story last year, but you definitely want to put on a better performance than this in the fourth week.
Well, the difference between these two teams right now, and I like Notre Dame's backfield, but their offensive line has just been
that's correct.
What has been the difference of this game.
Offensive and defensive line.
Right. This game has been won in the trenches. Broussard and C.J. Thibodeau and Noah Bourgeois, they're getting all the love here and getting in the end zone and scoring touchdowns, but it's the big guys on the line that have really set the tone in this contest.
No, they really have. And they've done it on both sides of the ball, and you just got to win that battle along the line of scrimmage.
All right, Catholic High now will have the football here with just 1:35. Trey Amos, who's really hard on himself, according to Coach Brent Indest, is going to have to keep his head up and be a leader in the second half. Getting the football here is Zoe Cormier, nothing. Absolutely nothing. Shut down once again. Jacob Dore, one of their best defensive players, along with Zeke Pettijohn. Now Notre Dame really bringing up that defensive secondary, just selling out to stop the run.
Well, Catholic High is going to have to make some adjustments at the half. And you're just not, this counter, the inside run game is just not there. Again, I'd like to see Amos get quickly to the outside with some of that option game, maybe option to pitch it to Henry or either keep the football, but get out on the edges quickly rather than trying to run some of this delayed counter and other things into the teeth of this defense.
Wing T offense has been shut down tonight. Only maybe a few yards there on that carry as Amos kept it. Amos, quite an athlete, second in the long jump in the state last year on the 2A level. 6'2" junior. Last year in the state championship game, Amos intercepted 2 passes and forced a fumble.
Well, that's his natural position. He's going to grade out to be a big-time defensive back at the next level, at the collegiate level. They have him playing quarterback because he's one of the best athletes on the team, and just felt like he would be the best fit for this club this year.
19th offensive play for Catholic High. And look at this, Trey Henry out into the open on the final play of the first half, trying to get into the end zone at the 10. And that's it. He's out of bounds, and that's the end of the first half.
Well, that is a positive note to end on. I wasn't sure why he was trying to cut it back. He looked like he just ran out of gas, but may have had a better shot of getting in the end zone by not cutting it back and just keeping it on the outside. Watch here as he gets towards, that's where the monk just kind of begins to jump on his back there and, unable to get it across the pylon.
72-yard run unfortunately for Catholic High, will not result in any points as the time has expired there. But Trey Henry gave this big crowd on this side of the field something to cheer about in what was a dominating performance by the Notre Dame Pioneers. Let's go down to the field and smack her miles.
Coach, we just had a big play, probably the only one that went against your guys this half. You still seem like you're in a pretty good mood. What's going on right now?
Well, I mean, I never would have expected, it was going to be like this at the half, but I know it's the cliche, but it's 24 more minutes to play. They're not quitters. They're the defending state champs. They took it to us in New Orleans, and so they get the ball to start the second half. I hope we didn't give them enough little life right there on that last play. We're trying to play back up a little bit. We knew there was probably time for only one play, but I got to tip my hat to our guys in the first half. Our defense has been smothering the offense. The guys are running and blocking, and, we're just making plays. And, hopefully we can keep battling for 24 more minutes.
Thanks, Coach.
You bet.
Louis Cook all smiles at the beginning of that interview, and why not? 42-0, Notre Dame leading Catholic High. Halftime coming up here on Game Time.
Game Time Halftime is brought to you by Podnuh's Barbecue. Slow cooked, fall off the bone perfection, and the best baked beans in America. Gary Lewis Property. From apartments, condominiums, and townhomes, Gary Lewis Properties is a top provider in Baton Rouge of residential and commercial property for rent. Monogram Express. We make ordinary gifts extraordinary. And by Louisiana Lift. And Louisiana Lift, we're always on call. Check out YurView.com for in-depth high school football coverage.
When I tore my ACL, I didn't think I'd ever be able to play soccer again. My doctor told me how important physical therapy would be, so I chose Peak. I'm glad I did. Now I'm stronger, faster, better than ever. Choose Peak.
Choose Peak Performance Physical Therapy.
When I get back to Baton Rouge, I get in my Blues Mobile and I drive right on down to Podnuh's Barbecue. And you know what I do? I get me some ribs, all tender too. Some baked beans, some potato salad, some smoked sausage. You got to come on down to Podnuh's Barbecue, yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
Hey, Joe Martin here. You've seen our commercials over the years, and you may be wondering, what's in it for me? Well, ITI Technical College has been selected by Forbes magazine as a top 32-year college. But even more than that, the reason we do this is you. Our tagline is for a better life, and we mean that, for you to be able to have the life you've always dreamed about, to do the things for your family you've always dreamed about. And it can begin here, where we are dedicated to your success, because here at ITI, the reason we do it is you.
Exercising is my life, so when I had to stop because of my foot and ankle pain, I was absolutely devastated. I chose Peak, and they taught me how to relieve the pain. They really do bring out the athlete in everyone. Choose Peak.
Choose Peak Performance Physical Therapy.
Tonight's Game Time League standings are brought to you by Crown Trophy. Check out the stories behind the games. Visit yourview.com/Louisiana.
With Iberia Parish Foreign Bureau. Well, with Foreign Bureau, we're a family organization. I, for one, am blessed to be working with a company where I am able to spend a lot of time with my wife and my two children. I have 4 great agents. I have 4 great assistants. We've got 7 total high schools. Our kids are in a number of the schools in our parish. We've donated books to those high schools, and we're able to make an impact by interacting with our friends and other family members, because we've got children in high school. Myself, I have children in elementary school. Again, it's another good time to be out in the community and get to see some of our clients and friends. We're with our clients day in and day out, and that's a big deal to us. We live here, so there may be situations that we know about that if they're doing business over the internet, that particular agent may not even be aware of that. Our motto is real service, real people. We do business face to face. And again, that's a big deal to us when it comes to being in the parish that we live in and work in.
Well, I've had back pain now and then, but it got so bad I couldn't even bend over. I didn't want to resort to pain pills, so I chose Peak, hoping they could relieve the pain. They got me active again. I even lost weight. I believe in better. I chose Peak.
Choose Peak Performance Physical Therapy.
Okay, listen up. I know you offer great auto rates, local agents, fast, friendly claims, but do you want to be a legend? You got to get tough, kid. When I'm done with you, nothing's going to keep you down.
Great talk, Brett. Can we get back to your auto quote now?
All right, sure.
Great.
Get great auto rates and local agents at favrates.com from Farm Bureau Insurance.
How about some water?
No, thanks. I'm good.
Come enjoy a great location just minutes away from the hustle and bustle of the city at SUMA Lake Apartments. Experience luxurious living with all appliances included, granite countertops, and walk-in closets. Relax in a peaceful environment by the pool or enjoy fishing in a 9-acre lake. Kids are sure to enjoy the playground and basketball court. Located in Livingston Parish in a great school district. Call today, 225-686-1111.
I think that people want to be in West Feliciana because it's truly one of the unique parts of Louisiana. That if you live in West Feliciana, you can have it all. You can have a great lifestyle, a government that works for you and is open and transparent. You can have wonderful neighbors. You can have a great school. You can live in an environment that's free of fear from crime. We're less than 20 minutes from the Baton Rouge Airport, 30 minutes from the state capitol. What we have in West Feliciana is a place where you really can have it all.
I spent years suffering from knee pain, so I decided to have replacement surgery. My doctor did a great job, and he allowed me to choose Peak for my PT. I should have done this a long time ago. I'm so glad I chose Peak.
Choose Peak Performance Physical Therapy.
Tonight's Game Time Player of the Game is brought to you by ITI Technical College, your key to a better life. Check out the stories behind the games. Visit yourview.com/Louisiana.
It's the West Feliciana Parish halftime show as Notre Dame all over Catholic New Iberia tonight, 42-0. The number one ranked team in 2A beating up the number 2 team in 2A, the Panthers. It's now time to find out who our students of the week are, scholars of the week. And for that, we send it down to Smacker Miles.
Hey guys, our teachers of the week are Mrs. Hildago and Mrs. Ruiz. Mrs. Hildago is very involved at the school. What all do you do?
So I teach 7th grade life science, 12th grade environmental science, and I'm the middle school athletics director.
You told me something about a Christ Center. What all happens there?
So we truly believe in forming the students, grade 4 through 12, and Christ Center values. And what that is just really forming the entire child. You know, like our athletics, our entire football team attended Mass this morning, supporting each other in their Christian and Catholic values. And we have like our Key Club. They're very involved with their community outwards and in our school community. They take the proceeds they get from different events. They either buy gifts for needy children at Christmas and give it to the local families, or we even help our own in need at times. So it's a great thing to instill in our children, and we see it because they begin to reach out to the community on their own.
Thank you, Mrs. Hildago, and congratulations. We have Mrs. Ruiz from Notre Dame. She is a math teacher, but she told me that her class is really unique. What's unique about it?
I teach advanced math and algebra too, and my whole goal is to just keep the kids on their toes and just be as innovative and interactive as possible. My classroom, I call it a 360 classroom. There's whiteboards on every single wall, so the kids are up and moving and walking around doing problems. We do a ton of hands-on and interactive, collaborative things, and just try to make it interesting for them every class as much as possible.
You're also very involved in the leadership of the school. Tell me a little bit about what's going on the student council.
Yes, I'm in charge of student council, so we have homecoming coming up in 2 weeks. We have a powder puff football game for the girls. We have the parade. We have dress days, all kinds of things to get the students involved. And then at the end of the month, we do a really cool fundraiser. It's a radio cake auction. Last year, we raised $4,000 for the Muscular Dystrophy Association, and this year we're raising money for the Volunteers of America, which helps out people in need all over Louisiana.
Thank you, Mrs. Ruiz, and congratulations.
Thank you.
Next up, we have our students of the week. Let's meet them now. We have Lane and Eulalie. Eulalie is from Notre Dame. Tell me a little bit about what's going on at Notre Dame right now.
Well, Notre Dame, we are actually preparing for homecoming week in 2 weeks. It's going to be on October 5th at Rain High School Stadium, and we are playing Kinder, I believe, and we are just excited to get ready and kick some football butt.
How has your experience at Notre Dame been so far?
I'm currently a senior, and I absolutely love it at Notre Dame. I wouldn't trade it for the world. I'm involved in a lot, and I love to just be involved in, like, going at it with other people in the clubs. So, yeah.
How has that leadership impacted your life?
It's inspired me a lot to really move to what I want to do after high school. I want to go into mission work, do public speaking, and see what God takes me after that. So,
congratulations.
Thank you so much.
We have Lane from Catholic New Iberia. She is also very involved at school. Tell me about all what you do.
Okay, so at school I'm a part of the Key Club, which means that we do community service. We go to a thing called Pancake Supper where we feed multiple people, and it goes to an organization, the Kiwanis Club of New Iberia, and they distribute it however they see fit. I'm also a part of Special Olympics of Louisiana. In the Acadiana area, I'm a unified partner, which means that I participate with the athletes and I help them and encourage them in whatever they do. I'm also a coach, so I just coach them and watch them and help.
Lane also has big plans for after high school. She wants to go into respiratory therapy. Why do you want to do that?
I want to do that because I have athletically induced asthma, so I know what it's like not to be able to catch your breath, and I've heard so many good things about the people who are in respiratory therapy, and just I want to help people any way I can directly. So
thank you, Lane, and good luck.
Thank you.
After the break, we will have some first half highlights and your stats. That's coming up here on YurView.
Hey, Joe Martin here. You've seen our commercials over the years, and you may be wondering, what's in it for me? Well, ITI Technical College has been selected by Forbes magazine as a top 32-year college. But even more than that, the reason we do this is you. Our tagline is for a better life, and we mean that. For you to be able to have the life you've always dreamed about, to do the things for your family you've always dreamed about. And it can begin here, where we are dedicated to your success, because here at ITI, the reason we do it is you.
When I get back to Baton Rouge, I get in my blues mobile and I drive right on down to Podnuh's barbecue. And you know what I do? I get me some ribs, all tender too. Some baked beans, some potato salad, some smoked sausage. You got to come on down to Podnuh's barbecue, yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
Come enjoy a great location just minutes away from the hustle and bustle of the city at SUMA Lake Apartments. Experience luxurious living with all appliances included, granite countertops, and walk-in closets. Relax in a peaceful environment by the pool or enjoy fishing in a 9-acre lake. Kids are sure to enjoy the playground and basketball court. Located in Livingston Parish in a great school district. Call today, 225-686-1111.
Okay, listen up. I know you offer great auto rates, local agents, fast friendly claims, but do you want to be a legend? You got to get tough, kid. When I'm done with you, nothing's going to keep you down.
Great talk, Brett. Can we get back to your auto quote now?
All right, sure.
Great.
Get great auto rates and local agents at favrates.com from Farm Bureau Insurance.
How about some water?
No, thanks. I'm good.
42-0 our score here is Notre Dame leading Catholic High of New Iberia in week 4 of the high school football season. A shocking score, anticipating a close one here, but it's been all Pioneers from the first offensive play of the game. So on that note, let's take a look at our first half highlights. First play of the game, they give the ball to Noah Bourgeois, and he takes it to the house, Jason.
Yeah, I mean, he shows you his strength and why he's been a special player for the first 3 weeks. You know, Thibodeau had been out with some injuries, but Bourgeois has really stepped it up.
Getting a touchdown run there for Notre Dame. That was Gabe Menard, and they just started piling it on after that. Ben Broussard showing the elusiveness there to get into the end zone. The first of his 2 touchdown runs.
Yeah, had a real great half running the football.
How about Noah Bourgeois running over Keith Dupley and into the end zone for a score. And then here's more Ben Broussard for you.
Yeah, again, just calling his own number. Nobody even touches him on his way into the end zone, and he had a couple touchdowns in the first half from the quarterback position.
If it wasn't for that long run at the end of the first half by Trey Henry of 70-plus, the stats would even look more lopsided than they do. How about 6 for 6 on third down conversions there for Notre Dame? They came into this contest on third down, completing 45%. Well, that percentage just went up tonight.
Well, two numbers obviously stand out. You can't give up 317 yards rushing in one half and then 16 first downs to go along with it. You know, if you're going to have those kind of, giving your opponent those kind of numbers, it's just going to be hard to stay competitive in the football game.
All Notre Dame here at Catholic High of New Iberia. 42-0 is our score. We'll take another break. We'll have more of our West Feliciana Parish halftime show after this.
This throbbing neck pain was so bad it moved to my shoulders and was causing severe headaches. Then a friend suggested I choose Peak. 2 weeks later, the pain was completely gone. So glad I chose Peak.
Choose Peak Performance Physical Therapy.
Hey, Joe Martin here. You've seen our commercials over the years, and you may be wondering, what's in it for me? Well, ITI Technical College has been selected by Forbes magazine as a top 32-year college. But even more than that, the reason we do this is you. Our tagline is for a better life, and we mean that. For you to be able to have the life you've always dreamed about, to do the things for your family you've always dreamed about. And it can begin here, where we are dedicated to your success, because here at ITI, the reason we do it is you.
Louisiana is unique. The food, the festivals, even the bugs. No, not mud bugs. Unwanted bugs like these. The ones you don't want crawling in your home or business. Trust the Shield from J&J Exterminating. We've been protecting Louisiana homes for over 50 years, earning the trust of our clients because we deliver what we promise. Protect your home from pests. Get the Shield from J&J Exterminating.
J&J Exterminating. Yeah.
Do you need to say great job, congratulations, or way to go? Crown Trophy on Sherwood Forest Boulevard in Baton Rouge has the trophy, plaque, acrylic, or crystal award you're looking for. Whether it's for your team, business, or church, come to Crown Trophy. We guarantee the highest level of customer service, and there's no charge for rush orders or trophy engraving. We're nationally known and locally owned. Visit us online to view our catalog at www.crowntrophy.com.
My shoulder pain got so bad I couldn't lift anything overhead. So I chose Peak Performance, and I can't believe how much better I am now. Peak really does get you back into the game of life. Choose Peak.
Choose Peak Performance Physical Therapy.
Tonight's Game Time Play of the Game is brought to you by Louisiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Ready to serve you with auto insurance, homeowners insurance, life insurance, and more. Real service, real people.
We're at Peak Performance Physical Therapy. I'm joined by Patrick Cook. They see these high school players as soon as they get injured. So tell me about that process from when the guy gets hurt until they get back on the field.
Well, in the case of football, somebody gets hurt, they're laying down. We'll run out onto the field to assess them, usually us, an athletic trainer, and a medical doctor. Hopefully, if we have the right team set forth on the sidelines, we'll all go out there and look at the athlete. And then, depending on what's going on, if it's something minor, we'll work with them on the sideline, trying to get them back to what they want to do. If it's more intense, then they may need to get in to see the physician on Monday morning, and they may end up in our clinic on Monday afternoon. So they may come to Mid-City to see me, may go to one of our other 7 locations across Baton Rouge, and we're going to work with that athlete a couple days a week to try to get them back as soon as we can. First, we got to get their pain better. We got to get their motion restored. We got to get them stronger. Once they're in that position, then it's a return to play program. That's where we are working with the trainers and the strength coaches at the schools to try to get them back to that high level of performance that athletes need to be at so they can get back and not re-injure themselves on the field.
How important is for these guys to get immediate medical attention, whether it's minor or major?
Well, it's important to have the proper team in place on the sidelines. If there's a cardiac event or a cervical spinal cord injury, you need to have medical attention immediately on the field, and that can be the difference between life and death. And a lot of these other cases, a lot of times, thankfully, they're just minor injuries, but it's important to have them taken care of as efficiently as possible.
Thanks, Patrick.
Thank you.
Moments away from the start of the second half as these two teams huddled up in the back of the end zones and talked about the first half for Notre Dame. I can't imagine Louis Cook had much to say. Just what you did in the first half, do it again in the second half.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, you heard him at the end of the half. I mean, he knows he's playing a top-notch program, but he just said his boys right now are doing everything right. So what you got to do as a coach is, not have any letdowns. He was worried about the last big run play of the half, and so he's got to tell his guys, hey, come out this second half, let's execute, and let's try to put him away. And for Catholic High, you got to just have some heart, try to get back into this game any way you can.
Smacker Miles had a chance to talk to Brent Indes just seconds ago. Let's go to Smacker.
Hey guys, Coach Indes said that they were out-coached and out-manned in the first half. He talked about how they controlled the line of scrimmage, and obviously that was tough on offense and defense for Catholic to stay in the game when they couldn't control the line of scrimmage. Coach said he wants them to keep their head up, and as far as getting Peter LeBlanc involved, he said that they're doubling him up, and they actually really want to focus on keeping him healthy, so you can look for him as a decoy in the second half. Back to you guys.
Thanks a lot. Smacker is Coach Brett Indes. He's been around a while. Not sure if I'm sure he's been on a few of these on the wrong side of these blowouts, but that 24 minutes there had to be humbling for this Catholic High program.
Yeah, and you can probably imagine those are a couple sarcastic giggles and sigh on his face there. But, just trying to figure out a way to get this offense going and try to get Catholic High some first downs as you start this second half.
Catholic High started the year by beating Westgate 48-14. There's some good players on that Westgate team, some Division I prospects, and in that game, the Panthers rushed for 520 yards and then defeated St. Louis 42-14 in week 2. Trey Amos had a really nice game in that contest. And then last week, I mentioned this earlier, they scored on all 9 of their possessions in a 63-7 win over St. Thomas Aquinas. Still out there kicking off here. Seth LeBlanc, excuse me, this is Lucas Simon on the kick. And Amos will get a chance to return it. Amos showing some of that speed and got hit really hard. Wow. Big time collision there on the sidelines. Jacob Dore made the hit.
Yeah, Dory really came up and stung. Amos, watch, we'll show you this one again, coming right into your screen, and boom, that's just a little love tap right there, Jeff, as the football comes out.
That's Notre Dame just saying, hey, you thought that first half was rough. Yeah. It's not going to get any better here in the second half.
Good look at Dore right there, who came up and made the lick for Notre Dame.
Really the only returning starter defensively for Notre Dame. He's a good basketball player, too, is Dore, who had 4 interceptions last year. Started his career at Notre Dame as a wide receiver. From the 36, a little quarterback sneak that doesn't go very far there from Amos. And I think Catholic High will try to just do some more quick-hitting plays in the hope of, that's what happened there with that long run by Trey Henry right at the end of the first half. It was a quick hitter right up the middle in between the 2 guards, and that might be their only chance here because Notre Dame defensively just getting up the field so quickly.
Yeah, they got to move faster towards the line of scrimmage. Anything delayed, really, Notre Dame shut it off, and you can see maybe that's what Coach Indes is trying to change some at the half.
Here's a run here for a few yards. On the carry was Evan Gwynn. Evan Gwynn on the carry, and another third down coming up here for Catholic High, who did not do very well in the third down category in the first half. Last year in the title game, Panthers outrushed Notre Dame 292-86. The likes of Jaden Stokes and Ben Landry, but those guys have moved on from this program.
Peter Backer, let's go. Go, go, go!
3 seconds on the play clock here. Amos finally snaps it. And breaking a tackle and still on his feet here. It's going to be a foot race. Another good run by Evan Gwynn all the way to the 22. Brought down by Kane Bajaron. And another good run of 39 yards for Catholic High.
Well, Wynn this time is able to pop one on the counter. Good blocking right there in the hole. Wynn with good vision and able to, when you see get to the outside, use some of that speed. And, you know, now we've seen two really big running plays for Catholic High. Maybe this offense is beginning to come alive a little bit.
Jacob Poe, a nice block there for the Panthers.
Really good vision there and finding the hole because you could see the penetration was still there for Notre Dame, but just splitting it.
Wow, nowhere to go there for Trey Henry as he has stood up. Well, I think Notre Dame is fired up defensively now.
Yeah.
that run might have angered them a little bit. Leading the charge there was Daniel Gillen and a couple of other Pioneers.
And look, I realize that this offense is built on misdirection, but again, I'd like to see them with the speed of Amos and Henry try to get out on the edges a little bit. Test this Notre Dame defense running laterally. You know what the result is right now when you run right at the teeth of it, but maybe see if you can get to the outside on it.
Henry the ball carrier, or at least the guy in the backfield, and he is the ball carrier. There's another quick hitter. He gets through the line and then finds Jacob Doré there, who is able to stop his forward progress. A few yards shy of the first down, a gain of about 8. As it's 3rd down and 3. Catholic High looking for their first points of the night.
Well, good look at Trey Henry right there. And yeah, this guy's a terrific runner, a terrific running back. He's got great size. He's long, got a lot of speed on him. He went for big yards in the Newman game we did last year in the playoffs. And, you know, maybe starting to show some positive signs here.
And again for Trey Henry, it's going to be close, but I think he's a yard shy. So a 4th down coming up now for the Panthers.
Well, and no reason to kick it. 3 is not going to do you much in this game. So obviously they'll keep the offense out there and try to see if they can pick up another 1st down.
So 4th down and 1 for Big Red here. Panthers trying to keep this drive alive. Counter, that play hasn't worked all night, and it didn't work there. Joe Pommier made the stop, and Notre Dame keeps the shutout alive.
Yeah, when it takes too long for the play to develop on a 4th and short, I'm just not a big fan of the call. I mean, you're kind of running laterally a little bit before you even start heading upfield. It just gives that Notre Dame defensive line way too much time to penetrate and disrupt that. And obviously they're going to turn the ball over here on downs.
The offensive line was a concern for the Panthers when the season started, and some of those current concerns have come back up here for Catholic High. Worst start of a field position here for Notre Dame as they'll begin at the 15-yard line with Broussard barking out the signals. And the handoff this time as they get a new running back into the ball game, Alec Prevost, and he gets a few yards where Keith Dupley and a bunch of red jerseys bring him down. Gain of 5. We'll probably see a lot of different ball carriers out there now for Notre Dame with this commanding 42-0 lead, and they'll also try to run as much clock as possible.
Yeah, they will definitely not be in any form or version of a hurry up. You can see very methodical, standing in the huddle, working that play clock down, and try to shorten this game and get out of here.
2nd down and 5. And not much running room again. Oh, staying on his feet. How about that? Prevost all the way up to the 50-yard line before he's thrown to the ground by KK Reno. And the tackling problems continue here for the Panthers. A gain of 32. It doesn't matter who's running the ball tonight for the Pios.
Well, here you go, doing his best Bourgeois and Thibodeau impersonation here.
And that's not a joke.
That's right. And Prevost.
Those are real people.
That's right. These are real people. And trust me, the guy knows they're real too. Has not been a laughing matter, but Prevost showing you he can break tackles as well. There you go, looking at his dimensions, 5'9", 156. And again, not super big guys, but just a lot of will and determination carrying the football.
Oh, big hit in the backfield. Well, finally somebody from Catholic High stood up and said, enough of this. And that's Colby Presley, who is a really good run stopper, former starting guard, now playing linebacker, shot through the line, and it's a loss of 2.
Yeah, good job by Presley, just getting through the gap. And watch how sure a tackler he is when he gets there. Just goes down low. He prevents Prevost from getting any momentum going forward. Good play by Presley.
Hydration timeout in the third quarter, 42-0. Notre Dame leading the Panthers, and an impressive performance during week 4 of the high school football season. We'll be back after this. This is Game Time on YurView.
Okay, listen up. I know you offer great auto rates, local agents, fast, friendly claims, but do you want to be a legend? You got to get tough, kid. When I'm done with you, nothing's going to keep you down.
Great talk, Brett. Can we get back to your auto quote now?
All right, sure.
Great.
Get great auto rates and local agents at favrates.com from Farm Bureau Insurance.
How about some water?
No, thanks. I'm good.
I think that people want to be in West Feliciana because it's truly one of the unique parts of Louisiana. That if you live in West Feliciana, you can have it all. You can have a great lifestyle, a government that works for you and is open and transparent. You can have wonderful neighbors. You can have a great school. You can live in an environment that's free of fear from crime. We're less than 20 minutes from the Baton Rouge Airport, 30 minutes from the state capitol. What we have in West Feliciana is a place where you really can have it all.
42-0, Notre Dame leading the Catholic High Panthers midway through the third quarter. Don't miss any of the action this season. Go to YurView.com/football and sign up for the Game Time newsletter to get the previous week's highlights, stories, and recruiting news, along with a preview of the upcoming week's matchup delivered straight to your inbox. On second down and long there, a good run for Notre Dame to give them a manageable third down situation here. Is getting another carry is Alex Prevost.
Well, Prevost getting his opportunity to shine and missed block there, but able to still pick up good positive yards and just showing his determination. And they really teach these running backs to run hard, break tackles, and just fall forward. And you've seen a bevy of backs do all of that tonight for Notre Dame.
Third down and 4. Prevost now in motion. And the handoff, I don't have a number 96 on my roster. Big hard run there. It's a Bourgeois. That's what I just heard.
Well, they said Bourgeois. I'm wondering if Noah's jersey may have gotten... let's see here.
Colby Nard is who they said. Colby Nard. Gabe Menard on the carry. I think Gabe Menard had number 4 earlier tonight.
Yeah.
That's what it is. So he's went from 4 to 96.
Okay, all right. Just to add a little more confusion for Catholic High.
That time Menard a pickup of a few yards. Well, if you're going to go from 4, do you want to change numbers? I'd go to 96. Go to the opposite side of the spectrum.
Why
right?
not? This is the usual number for a running back, 96. I don't think it matters what number they have on tonight, man.
Second down and 6. Notre Dame taking the foot off the gas pedal, but still cruising down the field.
Well, and I think one of the the keys too, when you have a game like this, anytime you can get some of your star talent out of the game and get them resting and no injuries. We talked about Thibodeau already had a hip pointer earlier in the season.
Prevost and 2 Panthers there to bring him down, led by Colby Presley. Another thing that really worked out for the Panthers last year in that state championship game, they forced 5 turnovers. Tonight, Notre Dame has done an outstanding job protecting the football. And this is a Catholic high defense, just like Notre Dame. Both of these teams, just a lot of different faces. Notre Dame's used to that, though, Jason, where they'll graduate 24, 25 seniors and
come right back at you.
75, 80% of those guys were starters, and it's a total new turnover. But to be a consistent, great program, it takes a while to get to that level where that, even if you have a bunch of new people out there, you pick up right where you left off from the season before.
Well, and I know Amos has performed well for Catholic High to this point, but I'll tell you what, Landry last year at that quarterback position,
difference maker.
He was special, man. He could run it, he could throw it. He was a big body back there, and they're really going to miss him. And I'm not saying necessarily that's where they were exposed tonight, but he was really a special player at the quarterback position.
Inside the Gary Lewis Properties red zone is Notre Dame. And Prevost for a couple. All Notre Dame has is just these hard runners that run low to the ground.
And I've been very impressed with Broussard, too, just running and executing this offense. He looks very comfortable in there, calling the plays and, kind of taking what the defense is given to him and making sure that his players are, lined in the right spot. You just hadn't seen a lot of penalties or infractions on this offense. That lets you know that they're fine-tuned here in week 4.
Broussard underneath center here. A minute and a half and counting in the third quarter. And Prevost gets a couple as the Panthers rallying to the football well. Avery Guidry, one of the defenders there. 3rd down and 5.
Counter play, and Catholic High able to shoot the gap there and bring a couple hats. Prevost showing that he's not going to allow the first tackler to take him down.
Under a minute to go. Catholic had the ball for 1 possession of this third quarter, and Notre Dame has had it since then. Another one of those patented 7-minute, 8-minute drives that Notre Dame will grind at you every now and then. Gabe Menard brought down quickly by Colby Presley. And it'll bring up 4th down. We'll see what Notre Dame decides to do here. They'll probably just wait till the start of the 4th quarter because they do not have to run another play. As the play, it's close. I think the game clock's about a half a second ahead of that play clock. So that will be our final play. No scoring in that third quarter. Notre Dame, they broke some bulbs in the scoreboard in the first half. 42-0 is our score. 12 more minutes from Catholic High when we come back. An impressive performance by the #1 ranked team in 2A. They have taken it to Catholic High. This is Game Time on YurView.
When I tore my ACL, I didn't think I'd ever be able to play soccer again. My doctor told me how important physical therapy would be, so I chose Peak. I'm glad I did. Now I'm stronger, faster, better than ever. Choose Peak.
Choose Peak Performance Physical Therapy.
When I get back to Baton Rouge, I get in my Blues Mobile and I drive right on down to Podnuh's Barbecue. And you know what I do? I get me some ribs, all tender too. Some baked beans, some potato salad, some smoked sausage. You got to come on down to Podnuh's Barbecue, yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
Hey, Joe Martin here. You've seen our commercials over the years, and you may be wondering, what's in it for me? Well, ITI Technical College has been selected by Forbes magazine as a top 32-year college. But even more than that, the reason we do this is you. Our tagline is, for a better life. And we mean that, for you to be able to have the life you've always dreamed about, to do the things for your family you've always dreamed about. And it can begin here, where we are dedicated to your success, because here at ITI, the reason we do it is you.
Exercising is my life, so when I had to stop because of my foot and ankle pain, I was absolutely devastated. I chose Peak and they taught me how to relieve the pain. They really do bring out the athlete in everyone. Choose Peak.
Choose Peak Performance Physical Therapy.
Notre Dame putting on a clinic tonight, leading the Catholic High Panthers 42-0. It is 4th down and 3. And we have a timeout by the Panthers. That was the first 3rd down that Notre Dame did not convert here tonight. So they're now 8 of 9 on 3rd downs. This Coach Brett Indes' team has been on the field quite a bit defensively tonight. Hoping maybe they can at least stop them here on 4th down.
That's right. He wanted to kind of see how they were going to line up there and really see if they can get a stop here. Work on some of your short yardage, your defense, your short yardage situations. Make sure you have the right personnel in there and see if you can stop them from getting on the scoreboard here. As you mentioned, no scores in the 3rd quarter, so good job on that front, but let's see if they can keep them out of the end zone at the start of the 4th.
Catholic High will play Jeanneret next week on a Thursday night, so a short week coming up for them. And I would imagine after a game like tonight, you certainly want to get back out on the field as fast as you possibly could. Try to correct and get this ugly taste out of your mouth as far as this defeat goes.
Good look at Coach Indes, and he and Coach Cook know each other very well. They've coached against each other, coached with each other. So these two are friends off the field when the teams aren't competing, but obviously very much the competitors when their teams are playing against each other.
4th down and 3. Here comes the stretch play, and here comes possibly a touchdown, and it is. Notre Dame in the end zone once again. Alex Prevost makes it 48-0.
Well, Prevost really got the bulk of the work since the second half has started and carried the load in the 3rd quarter, and very deserved, was able to get the call on 4th and 2 and work his way into the end zone as well. Good run there by Prevost.
Out to kick the extra point once again is Simon. And that kick is good. Lucas Simon has been perfect tonight, the freshman. Great run here by Prevost. Good blocking again.
Yeah.
You said it earlier, describing one of the highlights, hat on a hat. There's not a Catholic defender out there that doesn't have somebody on him, blocking him. And that's tough to do because the quarterback's not blocking. So that means there's 9 guys, when you don't count the quarterback and ball carrier, that are basically blocking 11 guys, and there's not a defender free to really make any kind of an impact.
Well, that's right. And then if the up back is not getting the ball, they're picking up that extra free runner, whether it's a linebacker or safety or somebody trying to shoot the gap. And that's what Coach Indes said he wanted to do with his secondary, is try to get in here and shoot the gap, but the up back or the fullback, H-back has been doing a good job of picking up those free runners.
Look at Simon. He's got it teed up here. Haven't really seen much of John William Lamb, the All-Stater, giving Simon an opportunity to kick here on the big stage, and another one into the end zone. Notre Dame produces some pretty good kickers.
Well, it looks like Coach Indes is going to still keep his first team out there and give them some more work.
Prevost was 9 rushes, 63 yards on that last drive. There's Trey Amos back out there. Trey Henry lined up behind him. And not much happening there. Did the ball come out loose?
Oh, wow.
Yes, it did. Pioneers get the football.
Wow.
Notre Dame gets the first turnover of the night, as getting the recovery was Lance Castile.
Let's see if we can see where that ball comes out. Yeah, just never, Trey Henry never really had possession of it on the exchange from Amos. And Notre Dame, with that penetration, able to get a hat in there as well. And that ball is out, clearly out, and recovered. And I tell you what, this is just one of those games you just want to, you don't even want to watch the tape after it. Just get it out of your memory. And nightmares starting to see a new quarterback now on the field for Notre Dame.
Parker Selhan, a sophomore, will come out there. A little taller than Ben Broussard, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
And another running back into the game, and he might get it to the end zone. Big hit, though, at the end of there. Josh Lejeune. Parker Sehan is Sehan.
I tell you what, all these running backs are disciplined. They know where the play is supposed to go, the hole, and Lejeune gets welcome to big boy football here.
Parker Sehan is how you pronounce his name.
Sehan.
That's a different last name.
It is. You know, when you're down here in this part of Louisiana, you're gonna have
that one I have not seen though. Inside the Farm Bureau red zone, and nothing happening there. Panthers stop that run. Very few plays that went for 0 or negative yards. Marlon Brown was there defensively, along with Mason Booty. Second and goal. Starting to see some of the Catholic fans really head for the exits at this point.
Yeah, I think they've probably seen enough and thinking, let me beat some of this traffic out of here.
And nothing happening once again. As Mason Booty on another stop. As Alec Prevost got to the line of scrimmage. Third and goal here with 10 minutes to go in this one. Notre Dame's got another big game next week where they'll take on Kaplan. That's a good little rivalry too. It's Notre Dame sitting in their huddle as long as they possibly can right at this point before they have to get up to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, just working on that clock and realize they've come in here taking care of business on the road against a very good Catholic High team. Rematch of the state finals, but this one hasn't been much of a rematch.
406 rushing yards tonight for the Pios. Prevost straight ahead, slips through one tackler, stays on his feet, chugging those legs, and then gets it to the 4-yard line for fourth down coming up. Catholic High has yet to stop Notre Dame on any of their drives. They got an opportunity here on 4th and goal. So on 4th and goal, run straight ahead, and finally a defensive stop. Booty on another stop for Catholic High, and the Panthers will get the ball. 8:36, and a long way to go for them to try to get on the scoreboard here.
Well, it's a good job by Catholic High, not quitting, not giving up, and really just, again, shooting the gap and bringing some helmets to the football and stopping them on that 4th down try.
Nick Gautreaux is the quarterback there. Any relation to the former state senator?
He's from this area. I mean, that's a good question, and I still kind of keep in touch with Nick.
You might be getting a text message here.
I might need to text him and find out. He's from Abbeville, around that area.
Yeah. I think we have a timeout here. I think we got a lightning delay coming up here, guys. With 8:36 left to go in the game. You kind of wonder how long they would stick around here with the score well in doubt, or the score in. There is no doubt who's going to win this game.
Yeah.
So they're talking with Brent Indest, and I'm sure Coach Indest would make the call and talk to Louis Cook, and we'll make a determination. This is always tough because you don't want to give the impression that you're giving up.
Well, in the legal world, we call that a fortuitous event. And it may be fortuitous for Coach Indest, but I can't imagine them wanting to sit around. And I guess, what is it? How long do you have to wait?
You got to wait 30 minutes.
30 minutes. We've got the referees in here shaking their heads, so it's a half-hour wait. Let's see what the announcement's going to be.
I've been hearing some thunder.
But I've been seeing thunder and lightning on this field since the beginning of the game with Bourgeois and Thibodeau.
Wait up.
Looks like that's it, guys. 49-0 could be our final.
Both coaches has agreed to end the game right now because of the lightning break, which would be a 30-minute delay. Okay, go ahead.
So that's it. Final score here from New Iberia. The Notre Dame Pioneers will certainly remain the #1 ranked team in 2A, and they become the prohibited favorite to win the Division III championship after knocking off the defending Division III champs 49-0. Louis Cook's team, very impressive, about as good as it gets, as he gets win number 348 here tonight and 248 at Notre Dame. Take a break. When we come back, we'll hear from Coach Cook after a big-time win over the Catholic High Panthers. This is Game Time on YurView.
Tonight's Game Time play of the game is brought to you by Podnuh's Barbecue. Slow-cooked, fall-off-the-bone perfection, and the best baked beans in America.
Come enjoy a great location just minutes away from the hustle and bustle of the city at SUMA Lake Apartments. Experience luxurious living with all appliances included, granite countertops, and walk-in closets. Relax in a peaceful environment by the pool or enjoy fishing in a 9-acre lake. Kids are sure to enjoy the playground and basketball court. Located in Livingston Parish in a great school district. Call today, 225-686-1111.
Tonight's Game Time League standings are brought to you by the best place for you to live and work in South Louisiana is West Feliciana Parish. Check out WFParish.org. West Feliciana Parish, where you really can have it all.
Well, this game ends with 8:36 left to go as lightning is in the area, so the two coaches have agreed to end this contest, and Notre Dame wins handedly over the Catholic High Panthers 49-0. Let's send it down to the field and Smacker Miles.
Coach, your team played an overall inspired game. What did you see from them tonight?
Yeah, I saw what you just said. They played we started talking a few weeks ago about playing with some passion and enjoying the game. The bar is set so high for these guys, the pressure's always on them. Everybody expects that they're just going to have to win everything. And, it takes the fun out of it. And we're trying to just tell them, hey, guys, just, enjoy the moment and play with passion and just get ready to go. And, they last week, they came out. I saw some enthusiasm. They're jumping around. I hadn't seen that in a while, and tonight, they want a little mission, and we didn't say a whole lot about, anything that had happened last year, but it's just about getting better, and we are. We're an inexperienced team with some seniors that didn't play very much. It's their turn now, and, they're excited about playing, and they're getting better every week, and that's all we can ask.
To control the line of scrimmage the way you did on both sides of the ball, what does it say about the team of your state, the state of your team physically?
Yeah, that's been us. We've been that way. That's what we try to do. And if we can do that, it always gives us a chance to be successful. And tonight, defensively, they just formed the football, and We've been talking about that as well, and it was just good to see an overall great team effort.
Thanks, Coach. That was Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame coach. After the break, we will have another post-game interview coming up for you. Stay with us.
Tonight's Game Time Player of the Game is brought to you by Peak Performance. At Peak Performance Physical Therapy, we treat the athlete and everyone. Stronger, faster, better, choose Peak. Check out the stories behind the games. Visit YurView.com/Louisiana.
Okay, listen up. I know you offer great auto rates, local agents, fast, friendly claims, but do you want to be a legend? You got to get tough, kid. When I'm done with you, nothing's going to keep you down.
Great talk, Brett. Can we get back to your auto quote now?
All right, sure.
Great.
Get great auto rates and local agents at favrates.com from Farm Bureau Insurance.
How about some water?
No, thanks. I'm good.
I think that people want to be in West Feliciana because it's truly one of the unique parts of Louisiana. That if you live in West Feliciana, you can have it all. You can have a great lifestyle, a government that works for you and is open and transparent. You can have wonderful neighbors. You can have a great school. You can live in an environment that's free of fear from crime. We're less than 20 minutes from the Baton Rouge Airport, 30 minutes from the state capitol. What we have in West Feliciana is a place where you really can have it all.
When I get back to Baton Rouge, I get in my blues mobile and I drive right on down to Podnuh's barbecue. And you know what I do? I get me some ribs, all tender too. Some baked beans, some potato salad, some smoked sausage. You got to come on down to Podnuh's barbecue, yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
What a great performance by the Notre Dame Pioneers, the #1 ranked team in 2A, proved that, and then some, beating the Catholic High Panthers. Let's take a look at our play of the game, and we go back to the first offensive play of the night. Ben Broussard running past the Catholic High defense. Looks like he's running for some Podnuh's barbecue. That's what he's trying to get after as he outruns the Panthers defense. That is our play of the game. It set the tone. Noah Bourgeois setting the tone there with the touchdown run on the direct snap, getting into the end zone. And after that, it was all Notre Dame. It's now time to take a look at our player of the game. As you saw Noah Bourgeois running it into the end zone, let's look at our player of the game. And, well, hey, that's going to be Noah Bourgeois. Bourgeois getting into the end zone. 3 touchdowns tonight as Notre Dame wins this one handily, 49-0. There's his second touchdown for the young man. And the senior will get the third one here. This one was the most impressive. Running over the defender and then going down the sidelines for 6. And sending down to the field now, Smacker Miles has Noah Bourgeois.
I do. And when Coach Indes was walking by Coach Cook and congratulating him on the game, he said that Noah Bourgeois is the best running back he's seen in his time. That's quite the compliment coming from Coach Indes. What happened tonight for you to have a season-high 3 touchdowns?
The offensive line, they really helped out. They don't get a lot of recognition, but they do all the hard work, and they help us win.
You come up a little short last year. How is this team, your team, compared to last year, the team you had at
I think we're a little stronger this year. The O-line, there are a lot of new starters. I mean, not new starters, there are a lot of comeback starters. And they're really doing a good job this year.
Thank you, Noah. Back to you, Jeff.
Noah Bourgeois could be in the Mercedes-Benz Superdome later this year. This Notre Dame team put on a championship performance tonight for their Hall of Fame coach. The rain is starting to fall here at Panther Stadium, and it's time for us to say goodnight. Fun night for New Iberia as the Notre Dame Pioneers showed who's the #1 team in Class 2A and in Division 3 as they win this one handedly, 49-0. For our statistician Tommy Cooper, our director Walter Volpatti, Kim Keon, our producer, Eric Coleman, the executive producer of Game Time, Smacker Miles, Jason DeQuire, I'm Jeff Palermo. Thanks for watching and thanks for supporting high school football. This is Game Time on YurView.
Game Time on YurView was brought to you by Louisiana Farm Bureau Insurance, ready to serve you with auto, homeowners, life insurance, and more. Real service, real people. West Feliciana Parish. The best place for you to live and work in South Louisiana is West Feliciana Parish. Check out wfparish.org. ITI Technical College, your key to a better life. And by Peak Performance. At Peak Performance Physical Therapy, we treat the athlete and everyone stronger, faster, better.
Oh, I've had back pain now and then, but it got so bad I couldn't even bend over. I didn't want to resort to pain pills.